Here we go, guys. Pinball A Movie. Hey, what's going on, guys? So, welcome back to another Pinball in a Movie feature. I know it's been a while since my last one. I used to do these kind of on a regular basis, but I've already done like a lot of the pinball movies, and there are only a few left, so I haven't been releasing them as often. But today, this video is going to be about Marvel's Avengers, the Avengers from 2012. I had been meaning to do this for a while, and I'm glad that I actually got around to doing it because I went to the thrift shop today just to look around, and I was looking at the DVD section, and I found the Marvel Avengers movie for $2. It was an unopened DVD case, so there was still like a coupon for like redeeming a poster and stuff like that, or in a digital comic, which is expired now. But I just thought it was like, $2. But the bigger point is, this was the first time in years, I mean years, I can't even remember the last time that I watched a movie on a DVD player. I actually used a DVD player that I had since I was in high school. And it was just interesting and almost like a surreal experience watching a DVD and putting a disc, like a physical disc, into a DVD player. I actually lost the remote to it, so I couldn't fast forward, and I couldn't do like scene selection. So I could only press play from the DVD player itself, which is kind of awkward, but nevertheless, I was still able to watch the movie, and it was in standard definition, which I'm not used to because most of the movies that I watch, even if they're older movies, are in HD. So here I am for the first time in years watching a DVD of a movie from 2012, nonetheless, in standard definition. So it looked kind of small on my Fire TV, and it wasn't as crisp, right? So it gave me that retro feeling, that retro vibe about it, which I liked. And yeah, I mean, it's just a weird experience. Not weird, but it's just surreal to me, like watching a movie. I did it last year, kind of, with Jingle All the Way. I found the Jingle All the Way DVD at the thrift shop, bought it, and but I didn't sit down to watch it because I'd seen that movie like billions of times when I was a kid. I had it on VHS. But the Marvel Avengers movie from 2012 was quite, like, I was pleasantly surprised at how much I enjoyed it. The reason I put it off, because I kind of had this notion that this would be a cheesy Marvel movie, right? But I thought it would also be a good time, an opportune time to do a pinball in a movie on a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie, because that's what we're doing right now on Pinball FX with the tournaments. So we've already had Captain America tournament, a Hulk tournament, Wolverine. Now we're on Spider-Man. We had a Thor. So it's almost like I was preparing myself unintentionally to watch this movie. And like I said, I was really surprised at how much it caught my attention and how much I enjoyed it. Because going into the film, I was like, oh man, this is a long movie. This is two hours and some minutes. I don't know if I'm going to like it. And I ended up liking it. So we'll talk about the movie right now. So this movie released in 2012. It was it was directed by Joss Whedon, and it's the 6th film in the MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe. it was also the first big team up where you had Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Hulk, Black Widow, and Hawkeye. And so I am not familiar with Black Widow or Hawkeye. Um, I am a little bit familiar with Iron Man and Captain America, Thor, and Hulk, but those were two characters that I wasn't familiar with at all, and I wasn't familiar with Nick Fury either. Um, and it was the first Marvel Cinematic Universe movie to make over $1 billion in tickets. So that's huge. I mean, this was a definition of your blockbuster hit. It just felt like a blockbuster movie. Even though I was watching it on DVD in standard definition with no surround sound, I feel like this is the kind of movie that you have to watch in a movie theater so that you can really experience the sound effects, the visual effects, the special effects. There's, I believe, over 2,200 effects in this movie. So a lot of eye candy, and it's very much the definition of a blockbuster film. And it has a really, star-studded cast, right? Like, you have, let's see here, you had Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Mark Ruffalo, Chris Hemsworth, Scarlett Johansson, Jeremy Renner, and you had other cast members as well, like Stellan Skarsgård, who I've seen in other movies, Samuel L. Jackson. So a really star-studded cast and lineup there. And just a really good movie. I mean, the thing that I think stands out to me about this movie is that as someone who is not so familiar with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I felt like I could still enjoy it. Even though I've done a little research on Hulk and Captain America and Thor, I was able to enjoy this because I could make so many connections. Like, there was a scene where when Hulk was trying to pick up Thor's hammer and he couldn't, right? Because that's what's in the lore. Only Thor can pick up his hammer. So just a good movie to see and a good experience to watch it on DVD. I also liked the fact that there was sort of this philosophical take on it, right? Where you have Loki, who is the what's that word I'm looking for? Who is the anti-hero, right? And Loki's trying to take over Earth, and he's getting control of the Tesseract, which is this cube that harnesses all this potential and unlimited energy. So I thought that was cool too, because I had played Marvel's Avengers on VPX a lot, and I was always like, what is this cube? What is this cube, right? This looks like a ice cube, right? But now I understand that it's called the Tesseract, and it's this, coveted energy, which the Shield was researching how to use its energy to combat, evil forces. But you had this philosophical, lot of dialogue that was kind of talking about, that kind of reminded me of some of my philosophy classes, about freedom and free will, and how Loki was saying, free will is an illusion, basically, and that everyone is best when they're, subject to rule, right? And so he was kind of using that as a premise that he wants to rule the people of Earth. And this movie just kind of brought together everything that I've kind of learned about over the past few weeks playing Marvel tables on Pinball FX. And I think what makes it cool is this. It's a kind of movie where you can get a taste and a flavor of not only the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but also of the individual superheroes in the Avengers. So, I have never seen the Captain America movie. I have never seen the Thor movie. I think I might have seen the first Iron Man a long time ago. But it's making me want to now watch these other movies because I got a taste of each character. and a little bit of their story. I've never seen the Hulk movies, right? So it's a good movie to kind of start on, to kind of get you interested in this Marvel universe and to explore other characters more in depth. And you kind of see a little bit of each character, which I thought was nice. So it's like you get a little bit of each instead of like, just watching a movie about Captain America where all you see is Captain America, which I think are good. The origin stories are great. I mean, they're part of they tell the story really well, but I think this is good for anyone who has never kept up with Marvel, who may not read the comics or play the games, and just wants to watch a good movie. And this was definitely one of those. It grossed over 1.5 billion worldwide. It was the third highest grossing film ever at the time, back in 2012. As years go by, that changes, because you have other films that beat that record, right? It was filmed in Cleveland, Ohio. The New York battle was. Tony Stark made a reference to the Iron Man song by wearing the Black Sabbath t-shirt which references that song. I might have to give that a listen. I don't think I've heard that. And I noticed there was a little comedy, little jokes, right? Little puns. And it was kind of just intermixed. It wasn't too much. But I really enjoyed the movie. I gotta say, it's got me interested in watching some of these other Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. I don't know which one I want to watch, but I really kind of maybe want to see the Hulk origin stories or the Hulk movies, because the whole time watching the Avengers, I just kept thinking, oh man, when is Hulk? When is Doctor Bruce Banner going to evolve and transform into the Hulk? And when he does, it's like, whoa. And you have a lot of great action sequences, although there was a little bit too much. Like towards the end, when they're fighting the Chitauri in New York, it just gets kind of like, you kind of get the point. Like, okay, it's a lot of aliens coming down through this wormhole, and the Avengers are using their superhero powers, their unique powers, to stop it. But other than that, I think it was good. That part, the action sequences, the last part, the epic long battle, could have been shortened maybe a little bit. I'm not going to say it wasn't cool. It was, the special effects on that part were good, but I think it was just overdone. But yeah, overall, really good movie. I honestly think I'm even gonna, I'm interested in watching the other Avengers movies, because I know there's sequels. There's there's Age of Ultron, Infinity War, and Endgame. So I'm interested to watch the other movies to kind of, give me the story more. So I will say, if you haven't seen the Avengers, definitely give it a go. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed, seeing a preview basically of all these Marvel superheroes in one film, right? So the table that you're watching here was from Stern and released in 2012, and now I understand the table a lot more. But I just wanted to talk about the movie, and I wanted to use the gameplay in the background. So I hope you enjoyed. Till next time, I'll catch you guys later. Let me know your favorite part.